This past fall, I was working harvesting veggies. Daydreaming in the cherry tomatoes, it was easy to envision my world as it should be, as homesteading in Vermont. But I felt something was missing. Maybe this was a vision of a community as it should be, but not a world. It would simply isolate me from injustice. So at the beginning of my join year, I jumped into work with NAMA, an organization devoted to pursuing justice for fishermen and fish workers. The culmination of my year was coordinating the first ever food chain workers delegation to the New England Food Summit to call attention to the working conditions of food chain workers. I reached out to Monica, a 22-year-old worker at Burger King. She told me about the constant pressure at her job and how the managers punished workers for taking a day off for family emergencies. I asked her to present at the conference, but she said that this summit was her first conference and she felt nervous and unsure about sharing her story in front of so many people she'd never met. Besides, she had just started organizing 5 months ago. I told her I understood. I had only been organizing for 7 months and I feel nervous too. She agreed to share her story by video. On the first day of the summit, a professor described the origin of the network. A group of food systems thinkers were dining in Italy, gazing out over the agricultural countryside, and were inspired to write a food vision for New England. Listening to this, I remembered that earlier in the day, Raphael had shown me his healing but swollen hand that was sliced open by machinery at a fish processing plant. I felt more than ever that we were a long way from having worker justice and worker voices at the center of our vision. At breakfast on the second day of the summit, Monica told me she was really nervous about showing the video she had made about beginning to organize. She told me to let her know when it was starting so she could leave the room. When the workers went to the front of the room to begin their presentation, I was surprised and a little anxious to see Monica walk up with them. She proudly stood with the workers as they told their stories and as 200 people watched her video. I felt ecstatic that she was publicly being seen and heard. I smiled at her and she squirmed a little, but she was up there at the front of the room as we listened to her talk about the constant pressure at her job, the managers punishing workers for taking a day off for emergencies, and the opportunities she's had to share her story and build power through organizing. Hearing Monica's story was what was missing from my daydream in the cherry tomatoes. Her voice brings our work towards a just food system for all.